Much volume. Okay. Let's see. You might have already from last session a folder called Refit example. Okay. As we were working on it, we were cleaning up a table with these values for the Modina station. We selected the year 2022 and we created formulas that now are values to have the day, the month, the year, the hour. We are keeping the ETO and ETR calculated by the station. We have solar radiation and other variables that we believe are going to be needed for RefET. Who doesn't have this file? Who does not have the file? You have it? Yeah, okay. So, all right, if you have the file, it's time to go to RefET. Okay, where is RefET? Let me see. There we go. RefET. Okay, so we're going to proceed with the software and we're going to select our folder where we were saving everything. So my folder is RefET example. And here, the first step is going, RefET will read our CSV file, but it doesn't know what is in every column. So we need to tell RefET that information. That is called the configuration file. But for now, RefET needs our Excel or our CSV file. It cannot access is being by another process. If the file is open, RefET won't accept it. So again, RefET. The second screen, it's about a table that RefET needs to define what information is in each column. So we're going to give it a name, 2022 Modina. And we will, that file doesn't exist, but we will tell him that we need to create a new one. Yes. Okay, now we're in the RefET setup page. So is everybody here? Yes? Okay, so now how we work here? We have individual rows here. At the bottom, you have the CSV file data. Read in as a text file, there is no column separation, and that's the nature of a CSV file. Okay, now we need to remember what we had in the file, what was in every column of the file. So what we can do to visualize the file and not have conflicts, you can create a quick copy of the file that RefET open. Use copy and paste and open that copy. So you can look at that file. This is a copy and I have my refit. So the game is like this. For every column, we need to tell refit what information is. So for example, for the first column, these are the Excel format for day, time, and hour. But for the refit doesn't understand that. The refit needs, this is the column of the day, the hour, the month. So this is a number that has no information for us. So for that, we have in the left part, we have what is called the ignoring numeric entry. We do a double click there. And you see that the first row now is filled. So if a column has text information, we choose the ignore string text, the second option. But if it's numeric,
If what? If the column what?
If the column has text, then you double click on number 1. But if the column has numbers that don't need to be used in the calculation, you click number 0. So every row, this number 1 refers to column 1. This number 2 refers to column 2, 3, and 4. So we need to give, for every column, we need to tell refit what information is in that column. So this is the laborious part. Once we're done with this, we can obtain our ET estimates. So the second column is the day. So here, the option is for day. We double click, and now I have in row number 2, it says that is the information here is the day. The next one is month.
First 3.
Yes. The next one is year. And year, but in 4-digit format. There is number 10. There is also number 9, but is when you have 2 digits. Okay, so do you understand the mechanics? It's quite straightforward, right? So we need now to keep doing that. The next value is hour, and the numbers are from 0 to 24. Then we have ETO calculated by. So let's navigate through it, and let's find. Okay. I have from 70 to 74. I have 71 to 74. I have reported it in millimeters per day, inches per day, millimeters per period, inches per period. We're working this Excel in English units. And it's not daily, it's hourly. So we're going to say 74. So one way to make sure that your columns and your rows are matching is to put here 1, 2, 3, 4. And extend that. So we need to fill up 24 columns. Okay. Okay, column number 7, again, is reported ET in inches per period. Number 8 is solar radiation. So let's look for it.
So I will add 74 twice.
Say that again.
I will add 74 twice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for 6 and the column 7 and 6, both of them are ET.
Okay.
So I am adding the same column. The table that we have on the left doesn't differentiate between ETR and ETO. is use ET in general. So that's the reason you see for 6 and 7, we have the 74 ID. Okay. So the next value, what we have there. Let me move this. Solar radiation. So we have our options: watts, megajoules, cals, kilojoules, millimeters per day, megajoules. So in this case, it's going to be English units. 32. The air temperature average, number 6. No, what? Sorry. Number 9. Number 9 is air water vapor. Yes, so now we need to look for that. Average.
Chris?
Yes, just double. Yeah. Where is, I just,
40, there.
here, 50.
Okay.
What were you proposing? 40?
49.
49? But that, remember, these are English units. Okay, let me turn off these guys. Okay. Okay, what else we have there? Relative humidity. This is always in percentage. So we have number 10 is maximum relative humidity. And it's in percentage, daily rolling 44. Then 11 is relative humidity minimum. Okay, number 12. Number 12, I am not sure what it is. I understand better where was, let's see. I have column 16 is air temperature average. I'm not sure about these three, 12, 13, 14. Since I have two temperatures and one of them is clear what I need, so I'm going to put from the 11 to 13, I'm going to put ignore numeric entry. 12, 13, 14.
If I want to delete
Oh, you want to delete, let me see. If you want to delete, no, you just click on that and you can enter the right selection. Like, okay, is everybody okay? Then we have solar radiation in megajoules. I already have solar radiation in the other side, so I'm going to ignore it. Then I am in number 16 now. Number 6, air temperature. That's very important. And this is Fahrenheit. Okay. So it's going to be 26. Say that again. For 16 is the mean. Yes.
It's like 25.
26. Oh, so no, 20, 25. Yeah, 25. 25. Yes, yes, yes. So do we have maximum and minimum in 17 and 18? So we can choose that in maximum is 17. Minimum is 18. Then I'm not sure what is variable 19. Column 19.
Initial temperature.
So I'm not sure what it is, so I'm going to ignore numeric entry. Then I have a second sensor that station has. They do redundancy on temperatures. So I already have temperature, so I can ignore it. Then I have precipitation in column 21. Let's see if I can introduce precipitation.
One is precipitation.
Yes, we have precipitation in 70. Okay. Then 22 is wind average. Let's see, where is the wind? Okay. Okay, I have average wind speed, kilometers, mile per 61, yes. Okay. Then I have in 23rd, 23, we have wind max. I don't think we have max. So since I don't have max, I'm going to ignore numeric entry. And the last one, solar, and this is in watts. So I'm going to ignore it. Okay, is everybody there? You need some minutes to complete your table. So this is a manual process of what the Utah Climate Center does in an automated fashion. But we're doing this exercise because we want to compare the different models, the different ET models. We want to compare Hargreaves versus Presley-Taylor versus the Ashe-Penman-Monti. Okay, is everybody there? So once you are there,
Isn't like 21 is a precipitation?
yes, precipitation is 70.
I think I have a different like data on the Excel sheet
E-
because the precipitation in mine in 22.
Okay, so you have an extra column somewhere. So just make sure that
Like I can ignore like 21 and like make the other because 21 is the I think is the added one.
okay. If you have duplicate variables, then you can ignore one of them. Okay, everybody there? Okay. Okay. Then when you are done, click on continue at the bottom.
I did, but in the wrong file. The file that I not uploaded. I made a copy. That copy, as the original one, have the more column.
Oh, you were looking at the original file instead of a copy of the.
We at the first when we open the folder,
Yes.
we like upload the file, the Excel file.
Yes.
He asked us to like close it to can be open.
Yes.
So I made a copy and see from the copy have like additional column.
But it's a copy.
Okay, but the original one have the same column. The data is like insert wrong at wrong way.
Oh, okay.
So I will like make an edit and I will complete it.
Okay. All right. Now that we have told Refit what is in every column, now we have to tell Refit what are the characteristics of every site, where is located. So where do we get this info? Where do we get this information?
From the company that manufactures
We get this from the Utah Climate Center. The company that is, well, not the company, the organization that is monitoring all this data. Where is the Utah Climate Center? Okay. On a side note, do you know that Microsoft is going to put ChatGPT in his web searcher?
A lot of like reels on Facebook and Instagram talking about ChatGPT now. I feel like all secrets.
Yep. Okay. What we were recommended to go to Utah weather, right? And we will recommend, okay, let's go to our site. We need to find our station. Yes, Modina. And here is the data we need. Okay, so let's see what Refit wants from us. Once, okay, according to the presentation, at what height was the wind sensor? According to the Thursday presentation. The height of the sensor from the ground. He told us.
About 6 feet.
Is it 10 feet?
Huh?
Is it 10 feet?
Yeah, 3 meters. Okay, so it's 3 meters. Relative humidity height is at the same elevation as temperature, and that was at 2 meters. It's a standard. Those numbers is high. Wind is 3 meters, air temperature 2 meters. Now we are asked the elevation above sea level, and that information is required in meters. So we have this value. We can use multiply by 0.048. Let's see, will it give me a value? Yep. So this is the height in meters that I'm looking for. Hey, why can I cannot paste? Okay, 1595. 5.9. Okay, I need the latitude. The latitude is latitude 37, 7505. 5. Then whereas for the longitude
Where did I get the latitude?
from here,
Location. What's the other number?
which number?
It's like the first number is the latitude, the second one,
Longitude.
longitude.
So now whereas for the longitude, remember it has to be in decimals. And if you are using the direction west or east, you don't need a sign.
13 or the 113.
Yes, 113. You are right. Now, there is a funny issue when calculating ET.
Because it's minus.
Yes,
So
when
it will
it's
get-
towards Egypt, is positive. When it's towards the US, is negative. Okay, so we are in the negative side, so the west side. So we have to put the W on that. Okay, so now the center of time zone, this is to adjust the clock towards the movement of the sun in the sky. So for example, the time that we have, the daylight saving time, okay, is an arbitrary time. It's not a time that the sun is arising and then sunsetting. So to compensate for that, we need to know in which time zone we are. And the good thing is that the software gives us the number already, which is 120. The vegetation, the site vegetation height, this is assumed some locations provide the data, and this is how tall the grass or the alfalfa is in that location. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Okay. Now, there is an option here where my mouse is. Sometimes, yes.
Why did we choose 120?
Is the time that the clock time we have is an arbitrary time. It's not a true time. Okay, the true times come from Greenwich, from the Greenwich latitude. Okay, so to adjust for that, we need to know which region of the planet is using the mountain time. So, or
It's like
how many degrees we are from the true,
British,
from the Greenwich time. So that is well established. Is every 15 degrees you have a new time zone. Every 15 degrees. So because we are in the 113 degrees latitude of the station, this 15-degree window, the center is 120. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just to correct the clock. And then for the US, because on other parts of the world, when you have daylight saving times, some weather stations observe that. The standard practice is that they ignore daylight saving times, that the clock goes further 1 hour when March, right? Yeah. So in March, when it's 7, actually will be 8. So we hate that day. Well, I hate it. So,
Well, they're ending it anyways.
huh?
So they're ending it.
Is it?
Congress passed the bill.
No, it's going to be permanent.
Yeah. But then you'll get used to it after that. Won't be changing anymore.
Yeah. So, but this, some weather stations observe that. Okay, so this is the option that for the USA, the software will, for those calendar days, will do the adjustment in hours. But most of the stations just use a standard time without going to that daylight saving time. Now that you have completed everything, you can click continue. And finally, we are in the final screen. So now we can get the values that we want. So if we haven't made any mistake so far, then we will get early values of ET. Now we can choose what we are interested in. For example, ET from the data file. Those two columns that we get from Utah Climate Center, if you click here, they will be part of the report. Now we can choose, for example, what equation, what ET equation is used in Egypt.
Annual creation. And
The
Planning
Blaney Cradle.
Planning preparation solution.
Okay, Blaney Cradle, we can select here ETR and ETO. Payment, there are several payments.
Okay.
Hargraves, let's look at Hargraves. There's another thing.
That we told that in the last session.
Yeah, Hargraves. And then we have the ASHE. The ASHE is used in the US. You might be familiar with the FAO version of it. The ASHE is designed for arid areas, arid regions. What it has been validated for the US. So every country does their job selecting which of the versions of the ASHE works better for them. So already we have ASHE, we have Blaney Cradle, and Hargraves. Okay. Oh, if you want, the software allows you to do a final QAQC of the data.
And what?
Quality assurance, quality control.
So if I have a mistake.
If we have a mistake, we can double check, like, because this put in the columns, you might have, instead of metric unit or instead of English unit, you use the other one and you get weird ETs, saying this will allow you to verify that your numbers. Okay. So you have to make sure that these two options are selected. And also that you are getting files. And we can choose the international units or English unit. If we choose the international units, the inputs we got from the Modina, it will be different. We'll have to do a transformation. Otherwise, we can work all of this in English unit. What do you prefer?
English. International, but because we like entered in English, we'll complete in English.
All right. They're very accommodating, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. We are here. Anything? Okay. Continue. Okay. Now that file where we have been putting all this information will be saved. Save them now. Yes. Okay. It's going to be called 2022 Modina definition. Click save. The output files, just make sure it's in the folder where you are working on. Save. Click again, save. Okay, and you should be presented with this screen. Okay, press enter. If it shows an error, then you fail in your configuration. Something is missing. If it's running like mine, then the values are there. Okay, who got a successful run? Yeah, who failed? Who got a fail? Okay. All right, that's okay.
How can we like open the file again? Because we said it.
Yes, so if you fail, okay, let's say it failed mine. Okay, if it failed, go to show me error. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to say end. Okay, in my case. Okay, go back to ref et. Open the file again.
Proceed.
Okay, proceed. Now open your
Modina did that the last one we
the clean file here. Open it. Open the Modina definition.
okay.
And you are back to this screen.
Yeah.
You already wrote this, huh?
No, I opened with me.
So what you need to make sure, one, the columns you are using, the number of rows you have here match with the number of columns. And the other issue is that you have to verify for every row that you entered the right data. I can tell you how many times I failed configuring this software. I've done it probably not 100, but 50 times I failed. Like when I was doing my thesis, I was downloading data, processing it, and I failed. So I know how to use this software. So this is the trick. You go back and check these rows.
I should click on.
Ah. All right. This is, you close it and you open again. Try it again for me. Yours, right? Yours. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, press enter. Oh. Okay. You both have the same error. Who else have? Okay, you two have an error.
Yeah, but I'm trying.
Okay, let's see. I want to see if it's the same error all across. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, press enter. Okay.
I think because like when I opened the
Yeah. Okay. So it might
like
be
this.
it might be an issue. Oh, okay.
So
Let's
I
see.
think this is the problem.
Extend this one. Extend the column. Ah, okay. This is the mistake. Very easy to fix. Close your FET. Close your FET.
Okay.
Okay. go to your CSV file, the one that is going to be part, yeah, that was going to upload in Refit. Let me cancel this one or exit. Yes, okay. So go to your folder, go to CSV, okay? Do this, go to the, this is no, the clean one I want. Say, where is my file that says clean here? Okay. Okay, what you need to do here is click on the corner, open this tab, click General, save, and close it.
You will need to like do it again or like.
And now,
upload it.
now open Refit, call your files, call your definition files, and go till the end and see if the error is still there. That's,
When I see like this,
yeah, when you see, yeah,
I saw this is not working.
yeah, there cannot be date formatting in the CSV. Okay, did it work? All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Two. Okay. Did it?
I think she has a different problem.
Okay.
I think me.
All right.
I can't find my.
Your definition file.
Yeah.
Oh, did you click save?
Yeah.
Okay. Correct. So you are starting, right? You are starting with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Click on open your file. What's the file? The data file.
This.
The one that has the this information. No, this.
The Excel file?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Here. So it's not there. You need the same.
You don't know. I think I said.
So
Yeah.
search by name, he may like save it in another place, in another location. Like
No, is. If it's not there, I have to do it again.
okay, you can look with me and
Okay.
we will make it.
Okay. All right.
Then,
Okay, yeah. You don't have the definition file that I think we need to do it again. Okay, and all right. Close yours. Show me your, sorry, show me that file. Is it a CSV? No, a CSV. It's not an Excel file. Okay. File, save as. You're saving it there?
Yeah.
Okay. Open there. Save it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Close it.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, now go
What you
to
have
flow
for-
graffiti.
شيء مختلف عن قبل. هاخد أنا.
Okay, let's see. Now use the file that you create.
And the BP.
I.
Yes.
Okay. We'll solve it quickly. How are we on time? Okay. Could you share your definition file and your text file with her? So you can, so you run this file. Okay. So because
Hold on. I don't know where is the
okay,
نعمله ولا
there are
finish.
there are many things. There might be the last line in your file might be incomplete. A column wasn't defined in your definition. You already did the formatting, so it could be those two. So for now, use these files to run rapidly. So you can also share your files with her, and later you can
make their own.
your own files until you succeed. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. 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 Ref ET. Who loves coding? No? Coding.
I'm learning.
Okay. If you want to, let me show you RefET in code version. I got to show you where it is. I'm not going to make you run it. Okay. So this is GitHub. It's a website where people put code so others can use it. So I have a lot of code for using drones or satellites or artificial intelligence. I publish my code and I share it with people, and other people do the same. RefET is in code version 2. So you can, instead of doing 100 clicks, you can organize your file and let the code calculate
Because
it.
like after we all doing this, it's the code running.
Yes. So there are, this is to do it with an Excel file, and a different version is to do it with images, with satellite images. So nowadays we have progress in satellite information. We can have layers of air temperature, layers of relative humidity. So for every pixel in the image, we can calculate the reference ET. So what I'm showing you is the fundamental way to calculate or reference ET. Okay, so let me call my data, my Modina definition. I'm going to continue. Okay, I'm going to continue. Save thing now, okay. Save. Let me kill the sound here. Save. Okay, press enter. So at this point, what I need to check is if my calculations are right. I might have confused the units of a column But if you are successful, you get this screen. You will get successful for the next class, okay? Because now you know how to do it. Okay, so this means we got values, and you can move the bar. And here is hard grapes, here is the reported ET, here is the precipitation. We have, did I ask FAO? Don't remember, but I think I asked for other methodology. So I have ASHE here and I have hard grapes here, and I can sort of navigate these values. But this is not the end. Now what I want is to verify that my numbers are right. So I'm going to click run qaqc in background. You click yes, and you let the magic happen.
Now we have an Excel sheet, new Excel sheet.
Yeah, don't touch your computer while it's running.
This is complete. It's done.
It's done? Oh, mine is not done yet. Okay, there is thinking, it's thinking, and it's going to plot data for us.
But my numbers was like little different by your numbers in the like the data. I think it will be different here too.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
I don't know why, but it was a little bit different.
Yeah. Done?
No.
Finish running?
No.
Okay.
So, Modina. I could be methodology.
So, all right. Okay, I'm waiting for mine so I can show you what it produced the QAQC. But if you are interested to move along, click on the QAQC graphics. Now, especially the top one, the solar radiation, that's a more refined way to validate if the data is good. So you can navigate the entire year and see if there are locations where the dots and the curve don't agree. If the curves and the dots don't agree, something is wrong with my input data. Okay. Ugh, that's ugly. Something is, yep, there we go. But my dots and the curves must align. If they're not aligning, something is wrong with my data.
It was like that, and then they give me another Excel sheet without any visual aids.
Let's see how many mistakes I made.
This is another goal. This is what ممنوع زي أيوة.
ده اكسل شيت برضه.
ها نعم love this.
Okay, it's done. Let's see. Okay, how do I know if I did well? QAQC. And I immediately I made a mistake.
Where
This
can I find this?
is here in the QAQC graphics.
Uh-huh.
Why? Because it is expected that my solar radiation measured, which are the dots, follow what is expected from the sun. So if I keep navigating through it, my solar radiation is bad. I made a mistake on choosing that column.
Like I have only that short one.
You have a short form.
Because like as I mentioned, my numbers were different.
Yeah, but you should have 365 curves. Like mine.
It begins smaller and then it increases,
Let's
then
see.
decreases again.
Let's see yours. Are you also getting issues?
Yeah,
Yeah. That solar radiation we choose is not right.
So trying to reach.
Yeah, it's because the dots are here. All the dots are there, so we need to, the column that we use
You
is,
need this to be in the peak and on the graph.
this point
Yeah.
must be in the peak,
Yeah.
so it's not. So the dots must be followed. It will be here, 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 here. So right now it's flat.
Yeah.
So because it's flat, is the software didn't recognize either I made a mistake on the units or that column is not representing solar radiation.
How come like because I didn't get the last class when you like see like the letters you can say that is the solar energy solar.
It's those are typical letters, but they're actually the climate center should provide a website with the unit for each variable. Okay, we're going to fix that. That's an easy fix. Let's look at the other figures. Now here, air temperature is well recognized. Okay. Now, QA was looking at the second figure. The trick is that dew temperature and air temperature never crosses. Okay, dew temperature cannot be higher than the temperature. So and it always have this shape, almost a sinusoidal or Gaussian shape during the day. So what we're looking is in the data, if there are issues in any day. Like this seems to be a weird day, but it's still acceptable. Okay, the air temperature looks okay. I don't see artifacts in the data. That's good.
I don't know why like I have short graph.
Yeah, something is funny in your data.
It's the same values.
Okay, all right. Air temperature and dew point temperature is okay. Let's look at the next graph.
When does it become not okay?
When they cross.
If they start, if the dew temperature is, Sometimes I've seen that the dew table is higher than air temperature. That doesn't is possible. So that means that the values are off. So if they are separated or they get very close, that's okay. The other thing that I'm looking is the shape. The shape you see like is the solar radiation line. Yeah, day, night. So I'm looking for that. If I see like flat lines or a vertical drop, that means there are issues in the data. And I need to fix those days in the records. But so far the data is okay. Relative humidity, unless you see spikes, spikes like a very high value or a very low value, seems okay. Okay. And the last one is wind speed. Wind speed is random. Okay. There is no pattern like in the day there are more wind than in the night. That there is no pattern. What you're looking here is for extreme, very extreme values or negative values. Wind cannot be never be negative.
It's not, my graph here.
It's not the same.
Not the same. The wind speed, it's not the same.
I think, the
من
data-
350
the data-
اه انت بس كبير
Let's see. Yours is seeing what units you're using and what units I'm using. It's weird.
It's
No.
also data.
Something is wrong with your data. Because wind has this distribution. Most of the data is small values, very few are high.
I have a high values here. Very high
But
values.
if you have distributed wind velocity across the vertical
I
range,
have like this. It's really very random.
yeah, that's not the right one. Yeah, so either the units or the column. This is how wind velocity looks like. Always a lot of low values, and from time to time you see spikes. Okay, how do I fix? In my case, it's in my solar radiation is bad. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, in my case. In your case, might be solar radiation and wind speed and such. So let's see how.
Sorry, this was not true.
Okay, so and you have used like 2 weeks of data for some reason. Okay, so that has to be fixed. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end ref-et. I'm going to close this guy and open again ref-et. Okay, so and I need to check what other column is giving me solar radiation. So I'm going to open my where is my clean? Open Modina definition. Okay. Going to open my copy. Here is my copy. And as I remember, there was another column. I was using this one, RSO solar radiation, and it's low. But at the very end, I have solar radiation in watts in column 24. So what I can do is deactivate the original solar radiation and replace it with this one. So I need to deactivate column number 8. I'm going to ignore the numeric entry and I'm going to go to the column 24. And I'm going to say is in watts. So I'm going to replace it with watts. Okay. Okay, so now that I replace it, I click continue, click continue, click continue, save. Need to save the modifications I made. Save. Yes. Save. Press enter. Let it calculate. Okay, I'm going to run the qaqc.
Oh, solar radiation has been solved.
I missed what you said because I was editing my data.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's okay. So in my file, I had another column of solar radiation, but in watts per square meter.
Yeah.
So I deactivated the column A. I say this column is now numbers, or like ignore these numbers, and I activated the other one. Now I'm running the qaqc to see if the values now make sense.
Would make sense. But I have another problem that for me there is an error with like the hourly rate is missing, so it won't complete.
Okay, what I can do also is post my files, my clean CSV and my definition file. So you can also run it and compare where is the difference, because they is the same data, same location, same numbers. There should be the same. There you go. You see, they
I will
match.
see if the wind has been solved. بس هو لسه صغيرة. شو بس
Next class, we're going to look at the results. And the idea is we run for Modina, we run another in Central Utah, and another in Logan. So the next lab or the next session, you should have run successfully.
I will try to.
So
To figure it out how my one is like.
yes, why you have less than 2 weeks of data? You should have 1 year of
I
data.
don't know. I will do it again.
If you are done, I'm okay if you need to leave. That's fine with me. I can wait for my numbers to finish running.
We will see. It's working now.
Yep.
The dots, it's like moved.
Yes.
Again.
Yes. Okay. Okay, now this is what I was referring. Also, I gave you the manual in the canvas for RefIT.
I say to her, so if you shouldn't need to like make all these graphs manually. It will take a
Imagine
lot.
that. Yeah, you will never finish. Yes. So, okay. This is what would you expect.
Mhm.
This is solar radiation. So when solar radiation is bad, when the blue line and the dots don't agree. There are cases where the sensor is tilted or is put in an orientation that is measuring or less or more than the predicted solar radiation. So you can navigate. Here you can see cloudy days. That's what happened to solar radiation cloudy days.
Another cloud days.
Yes. But what I'm looking is there are no negatives and all the points always follow that up and down curve. Fun? Fun. Now I am sure that I have the confidence that my numbers for ET are correct. Now I can compare Hargraves, Ashe, and what was the other one?
Belly.
Yes, yeah, that one. So we can, what I want is to plot them all together and see how they describe ET for this site. So your wind should look like this. Your relative humidity should look like this. Your air temperature like this. And your solar radiation like
What
this.
is our first radiation?
Oh, these are interesting. Let me see. The units are I don't recognize it. I'll have to check. But now my numbers are good. So where are the results that we're going to look at it? Are here.
So column 15, is this the one you activated the solar radiation?
No. Keep going.
Oh,
These
Okay. and that needs to be in
Solar what?
this one.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Just make sure that you don't overwrite any. Yeah. Easy, right?
Yeah.
Easy. This is like
No, click on the A column. Go to data, go to text columns. Next. There.
كتير قوي النهارده.
Go back.
لا نعملها.
Try space. Go back. Fix it with. Oh, no, go back. Okay, close that one. Select all. You see that's in another column. Okay, text to column. Oh, what column at a time? Okay, click on A.
click here.
Yes, كمية الإمداد.
Any cell.
يعني بالعبيط اللي فيه أكل واللي فيه جمال واللي فيه واللي فيه
And you have it. Oh, semicolon. Okay.
موت.
Well, delimited. Semicolon. Yes. Semicolon. Next. The finish. How do you do that? How do you do? How do you know? Choose semicolon or space. Because when I was reading the cell, I saw that separation was semicolon.
So it wasn't a space, wasn't commas, was semicolon. So I would, okay. All right, we will continue this next time. Fun?
Happy birthday, Dr.
Happy birthday to me. Okay.